Adam Christ from MyMMANews, being joined by, I call him Mr. Madison Square Garden himself, Jonathan DiBella. Buddy, it's a pleasure to join you. It's always good to catch up with you. You just signed with ONE FC, a huge announcement that I saw you make on social media. Congratulations, and thank you for joining me, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem. So this is our second time talking on air. First time was a couple of years ago after your Ahmad Ibrahim bout. So you've had some time in the ring since then. You've obviously gained a lot more experience, a lot more exposure, and you've gone from, you went from fighting from CBS Sports. You're a Glory vet. You've been in Madison Square Garden, man. So what's it been like being such a young man just conquering the sport of kickboxing?
Well, kickboxing, my first love. I've been doing it since I was like 2 years old. So I've been trained by my father and DiBella for boxing world champion. So it's good, I've been just fighting and working hard every time. Good to go.
And I'm interested with you and your dad's relationship because a lot of people I've noticed, they'll grow up with their martial arts background, but then once they make that full-time commitment to be a fighter, they'll seek out, maybe a different gym to maybe take them to a next level. You and your dad have a very unique relationship to where you and DiBella Kickboxing Academy is here to stay, and you trust and you know him, and it's working out for you. So how is that dynamic between you and your father?
Well, my father, I'm his only fighter, so so we have a relationship. We're always together like 24 hours a day almost. So we always train in my basement. We have our school, so we're always here. Now we built a garage during the quarantine, so built our gym in a garage. So it's working out well. We're training every day, twice a day, sometimes 2 times a day off. And he's the best, he's the best in the world.
So how's quarantine been treating DiBella, training or DiBella martial arts? I'm sorry.
Well, the school's been closed. We've been having group classes outside, but it's okay. But me, I've been training even harder because I have more time and more focused. Yeah, I've been training even harder and exciting. I knew about one a while now, but couldn't announce it till yesterday. So just that motivated me even more. So I'm more excited and I'm more pumped to fight for ONE FC.
I got to ask, since, like I said, you're such an experienced veteran, why did you choose ONE FC?
Well, they offered me a contract, and ever since they started a kickboxing division, I always had my eye out on it, and I was very excited, and I was very impressed by their league. It was like a dream come true for a kickboxer and a Muay Thai fighter. So I was like, wow, this is crazy. So I'm like, you know what? Hopefully one day, and they offered me a contract, and I was really happy, and I'm now with them.
That's awesome. Was Bellator on your map at any point? Because they do the cross promotion.
We were in talks with them, but didn't work out. Same with Glory. But this worked out well. One championship is one of the best in the world. Yeah. And I'm very happy with them.
Now, have you ever been over to Asia? Fought in Asia?
I went for training in Asia. I have friends there. I've been to Asia for sure. I've been in Thailand. I've been in Bangkok. I've been everywhere in Thailand. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, I never fought there, but I've trained there for sure, and I sparred with a lot of guys from there.
So I'm sure like you said, you've had your eye on ONE FC for a while now. You've gotten a chance to take a look at what some of your competition is going to be in the strawweight division. Is there anybody particular you have your eye on?
No, I just want to be the world champion. I want to take out the world champion. But the world champion is a hard guy to beat. He's over 400 fights. I'm 8. He's one of the most respected, most devastating Thai fighters to ever live. So it's an honor to be in the same division as him. And I can't wait to compete against all of them.
So talking about COVID and the quarantine and coming back, what changes has DiBella Kickboxing Academy? What have you guys done to bring that back to a social atmosphere? What safety precautions are you guys taking?
Oh yeah, we're getting ready. We're still not open yet, so we're still getting ready. Quebec is we're still not open yet, so we're still getting. So every day is a different day, and we're still getting better.
Yeah. So I got to ask, when did you make? Because I have to imagine when you were growing up, you started kickboxing training when you were 2 years old. I've seen you say that before. When did you fully know that you didn't really want to invest your time into the 9 to 5 and the schooling life to pursue something else? When was it that you knew that you wanted to be a fighter?
Had my first amateur fight around 10, and after that, well, as soon as I started fighting, I fell in love with it. As soon as yeah, so I knew it then for sure. I knew since I was very small, I always wanted to be a professional fighter and be world champion. But I officially like started dedicating. I got 13, 14 years old. I started like taking it like really, really seriously. 13, 14.
Is it fun to see the people that you grew up with getting to see your lavish lifestyle? I mean, you're on the beaches all across the world. I mean, I saw on Mother's Day you giving what, the Louis Vuitton to mom. I mean, you're living that lavish lifestyle, brother. So young, it has to be amazing. Everything you could dream for, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it's cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah, a lot of people like grew up with. I grew up. I stay around a small circle, family and friends. So I'm very blessed to have that.
I gotta ask, man, you're going to take on a whole new endeavor when you're going into ONE FC, a whole new different caliber of competition. What do you think your hardest fight to date has been before you're going to take that next step?
Sorry about that. I didn't hear you.
I said, what do you think your hardest fight to date has been now before you're going to get ready to take that next level up?
I'm not having a particularly hardest fight that I ever did, but like I have a lot of sparrings that I learn more in sparring than an actual fight. In a fight, all styles are different, so it's very hard to say. So I learned through my fights and my sparring, so it's kind of a bit of both. It's hard to say in particular.
I was curious, and I was kind of poking at this as like maybe a joke, but I started to think like maybe there is something here. I was thinking, all right, this fantastic kickboxer has the striking arsenal well behind his back. Now we're in quarantine, and obviously you like to stay active, and I know that. So I was wondering, I wonder what DiBella is cooking up, man. I was thinking maybe you had taken the time off to get like your ground game established, and then once I saw the ONE FC signing, I was like, is he going to take the kickboxing and potentially merge that into MMA? Is that a thought?
It's maybe, you never know. I'm still young,
Yeah.
so I have a bit of a wrestling background, so a little bit, very little. And I had my training was in wrestling was one of the best, so in Gia, so it was pretty cool. But my dad's training me kickboxing every day. We're just focusing on the strike for now.
Right. For now, we'll leave it at that for now. But the future is open. We'll leave it at for another time, man.
One has the 3 belts, has Muay Thai, kickboxing, and MMA. And right now, we just want to focus on the kickboxing. So me and my dad are training 24 hours a day. We're good. We're getting ready.
So that is in future plans. You want an MMA belt?
No.
Oh, no.
I didn't say no. I didn't say yeah. But like, we're focusing on the kickboxing for now.
I got you, man. I got you. So now that the deal is done, everything is said and done, when can we expect to see Jonathan DiBella back in the ring or cage?
Ring or cage, whenever they call us to fight, or I told them whenever their first event is, or whenever you need me, I'm ready. I'm here to stay ready. I'm here to fight, and I'm here to be active. So I'm ready anytime.
So there's no news on any names or any bookings for fights yet now?
No.
Has this time off been more of a blessing for you or more of a curse? Because I know you like to stay active, but a lot of people like to find the silver lining. And, you can probably say you've gotten a lot of good quality sparring and time in where you don't have to worry about the in-ring fighting. I'm just maybe hypothesizing some things. But what's your take on it, how it's been for you?
I take it on a positive note. So I take it on a positive, so it actually helped me maybe. But I had a fight scheduled for Louis Neglia in New York. Before they canceled. So I was a bit sad about that. I was a bit mad. I was a bit, it kind of sucked. But I took it as a good way, in a positive way, and one came out of it. And we're ready to go now. We worked hard, and we're ready to go.
Awesome, man. I'm going to let you go. I know you do a lot of your training during the day, multiple times a day, and I don't want to take away from that, man. I wish you the best of luck in ONE FC. I was really looking forward to getting this interview in. I look forward to talking in the future, maybe before your first bout with ONE FC. And I've always been a fan of watching you compete, man. I'm really excited to see this next chapter of your career.
Appreciate it.
No problem, man. There he goes, Jonathan DiBella, the most recent signee of ONE FC. He's going in the strawweight kickboxing division. He's going to be with some of the elite, and we cannot wait to see how he holds up in the heat. For Jonathan DiBella, I am Adam Christ. Make sure you keep it locked to MyMMANews.com for all your fight news needs.